Hey everyone, welcome to episode 55 of the Star Wars Popcast. My name is Christopher.
My name's Patrick.
And I'm Lex.
And we have a very special guest coming on the episode in, I don't know, couple seconds, moments, I guess. But this episode and going forward, we're going to be talking a lot of Bad Batch stuff with the episodes coming out this coming Wednesday. We're going to be doing our top fives again for each episode, which is really exciting because where we do our top 5 characters we want to see from each episode as Funko Pops. But today we do have some Funko news, and as I said, a very special guest we're going to bring on and talk about the existing Bad Batch Funko Pops we got from season 1 and those great ones we got from season 2 as well, because they sold out like hotcakes because I don't think anyone got them. But let's bring on our special guest here. We have John from Slapshot Pops. Thanks for coming on, John.
Yeah, of course, guys. Happy to do it.
Awesome.
Yeah. So are you excited about the Bad Batch coming on again?
I am excited and also heartbroken because this is the last season. I was hoping they would kind of stretch it out like Clone Wars and give us at least like 4 or 5 seasons, especially because moving past this, I mean, is this the end of clone content in general?
Yeah. What's your thoughts and theories on that? Where do you think we'll end up at the end?
The end of just like clones in general?
Just the Bad Batch. Do you think we're going to see, the entire team make it to the end? I doubt it.
I don't
think that's the end of the clone story at the end of this.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think that the way they're teasing it and the way that we left off with season 2, I'd be shocked. I mean, it would be kind of a Disney thing to do if it was live action. I would say 100%. Tex coming back, nobody died, because it seems like in live action they tend to bring back people very easily. But with animated, people usually stay dead for the most part, with the exception of Ventress all of a sudden, which I'm sure we'll get into and everything. I would love to see a spin-off show with Echo and Captain Rex kind of going off and doing some of their adventures and everything, because now they're ending the Bad Batch season 3, and now we're going to have another gap in the timeline as far as what happens to Rex and very specifically Cody. I mean, we don't even know whatever happens to Cody. I mean, obviously, because a lot of people will say oh, he wasn't in the original trilogy, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, his character wasn't even created till decades later. So that's why. But yeah, I hope they come out with another show, even if it's another 1 to 3 season animated series. Just keep it going,
Yeah, that'd be an excellent thing to see. I agree.
Yeah. I wouldn't even mind just a series similar to Tales of the Jedi, but maybe clone focused, on different clones, give them 3-4 stories, and then, next season do a couple different clones.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. So we got some people in the chat. Sorry, go ahead, Lex.
No, I just think it's interesting because I feel like to Patrick's point, a lot of people are speculating, for the past 16 years, we've been following the Clone Wars and we've gotten Bad Batch, but is this really going to be the end of the clone story? Is this going to close out 16 years of fans kind of following these characters? And I just think it's an interesting concept. Will this be the end, or is there going to be a spinoff after? And I think it's cool.
Yeah, well, Star Wars is good. It has a way of continuing on in many ways. So I would, just with the amount of money that every show generates, Disney's a multi-billion-dollar corporation, if not trillion-dollar at this point.
Yeah,
I have a feeling they're sitting around already planning the next show. So,
absolutely. Yeah. So let's jump into the chat here. We got some people joining us here. We got Robbie Wan Kenobi says, "Hey guys, happy Saturday." Hey Rob.
Robbie.
Hey.
Cerbus 22. Hey Rob.
Yeah.
Hello.
That's Travis. What's up, Travis?
Hey Travis. Thanks for coming on. Rob says, "Hey Travis, glad you can come by." Cross Save says, "Hey John."
That's Brian. Thank you, Brian.
Hey guys. Brian.
Hey,
Brian. Yeah, we appreciate you coming in. Seth Floyd Alchemy says, "Evening, folks." Hey Seth.
Yeah, Seth has another great channel. Highly recommend.
Oh yeah, awesome.
Yeah,
well, we will check that out later. Yeah, for sure. Astro says hello, everyone. I always check out your channels before buying a pop. Thanks, I love that.
Awesome.
That's what we are here for. To help, if we can help you guys make a decision on buying a pop, that we've I feel like we've done our job. I think,
100%.
Yeah. Hello, Seth. People saying hello to everyone. Yeah. Arthur in the house said hi, everyone. Hey, Arthur.
Hey.
Astro said, show me a favorite Funko Pop from Star Wars. Just one. Let's see what Funko all of you love the most.
Ooh,
I mean, do you guys have one near you that you could show that's your favorite? I would have to go into my display and grab it, but
I mean, it's up on the Death Star behind me, but I think my favorite one is the Sith Eyes Anakin.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. And Astro's coming in from Argentina. Wow. That's awesome.
Oh, all the way from Argentina.
Awesome.
Love that.
I think right now this is one of my favorites.
Oh,
Yeah.
I really like this from Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
You're gonna remove him from the base and pop him on there. It looks perfect. So one of my faves.
Yeah.
For the most.
So Travis said maybe they can do one revolved around Captain Rex. Yeah.
I would like that.
Yeah, I would love that. Because we
Yeah.
see Captain Rex obviously in Rebels several decades later. So now you have a nice gap you can play with. And I feel like Captain Rex fandom and hype is at an all-time high. So
Absolutely.
Seth said, thanks, John.
Oh,
Chase, and what's up? Hey, Chase.
Hey, Chase.
Hey.
Chase
Yeah,
Chaser, specifically with Star Wars, he has made some incredible soda concepts of some Bad Batch.
That's
sodas.
okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know exactly who you are. How are you doing?
Yeah, I think
Your
so.
stuff is so good.
Good to have you in the chat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that. We got some legendary people in the chat then.
What's up, Gus?
Gustavo says, hey, I know that guy. Yeah. Yeah.
Gus
John's
is also a huge Star Wars fan, and he's also a huge Lego Star Wars fan as well as Funko Star Wars. So we get along very well.
Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Astro said, love the Palpatine you got there. Yeah. So for my favorite, my favorite character is Darth Maul, but this one it's so great. Like the 2016 shared exclusive Darth Maul from Tatooine. It's just a great pose. So that's my favorite for who was asking to see it. I think it was Astro. Yeah.
Maul.
Yeah.
That's the best Maul they've ever made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I actually think that one's better than the holographic.
Yeah.
Which I know some people would be very upset over. But
I like the new Maul with the robot legs. With the
I haven't gotten that one yet.
Legs. That's pretty mean looking. That is a pretty mean look.
Bao says hello there.
Hello.
Eugene's in the house. Says, hey, Slapshot Pops is awesome. Best Star Wars Freddy collections I've ever seen. Yeah, absolutely. The Darth Maul is so nice. Yeah, thanks, Astra. And Robbie says, thanks for joining the live stream, everyone. Yeah. John, before we get into our Funko Pop news, our little bit of Funko Pop news and our main topic, we ask all our guests 3 questions every episode. So are you ready for those questions?
Yeah, shoot. Let's do it.
All right. Lex, go ahead.
Okay. Who is your favorite Star Wars character?
Oh, man. It'd have to be Boba Fett, actually. Yeah, Boba Fett.
Okay.
Even though his show wasn't that great.
Yeah.
But apparently in the works, apparently they're bringing him back and they're going to do season 2. And Tamara Morrison was very upset with how tame and mellow the show was and really not focused entirely on his character. So I'm hoping he gets a redemption. So
yeah.
Oh, if they come back for a season 2, they have to. They have to. They got to bring us back to the Boba Fett that we got to see return in The Mandalorian. Who took within 5 minutes took no prisoners. Once he got that army, it's like you're all going down.
And that was the Boba Fett we were expecting to see in his show. Like that would have been amazing, especially when he took over from Bib Fortuna and everything. Like that's what we wanted to see. Like he was now going to be the leader of the underlord and everything. Like that's what I wanted to see.
Instead, he's hanging out with the Skittle painted, Vespa group. Like, come on, man! Like, who would care less about them?
The Power Rangers Is from Star Wars, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. I was disappointed. I really wanted more of what we saw in Mandalorian of him. That was awesome.
Yeah.
So I got a question for you. One of the other questions we usually ask is, what is your most expensive Star Wars Funko Pop?
Technically, I think the Freddy 501st Clone Trooper. I mean, but some people, I don't know, like everybody's different. Some people don't classify the Freddys as like in the fandom that they represent, because they're like, Freddy is now like a category of his own.
Of its own, yeah. I get you.
Yeah.
I don't collect them, but I understand what you mean by that. Yeah.
Yeah. So so that's definitely my most expensive, and that one has jumped up quite a bit, but it's only 96 pieces, so that's why. Most expensive non-Freddy Star Wars might be which is so dumb. It might be the Sith Trooper from 2017 that they only released a handful of from the con.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it might be that one. I honestly, I don't pay attention to like the prices too much for some of the grails. Like once I get something in my collection, like I focus in on the value when I want something, and then once I've checked it off my list, I'm like, all right, I already
it's
have
kind of
it.
like out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah. So I mean, I could definitely tell you the prices of some stuff that I do want, but everything that I happen to own, I couldn't give you an exact value.
Got you.
Yeah. And then the final question, how many Funko Pops do you have in your collection? And then how many of those are Star Wars?
So, we gotta have, between me and my wife Joanna, we probably have. So we're getting ready to move, so we're definitely very very aware of how much stuff we have. I gotta say, I think we're over 2,000. I think we are, and we've actually, in the last like month or two, we've pulled aside easily like 200 to 400 pops to like get rid of, just to help us move a little bit easier. But yeah, it's definitely over 2,000. And Star Wars is the only category right now where I'm like, I need all of them. Like I've dwindled down my DC a little bit. I've dwindled down Marvel a good amount. Like if I've had multiples of a certain character, I've kind of narrowed it down a little bit. But with Star Wars, I'm like, yeah, I need every version of Maul and every version of Boba Fett and every version of the troopers and everything. So it's probably like 500 or 600 alone are just Star Wars. So
wow. That's incredible. Yeah.
That's
so
awesome.
Do you guys want to hop into some recent Star Wars Funko Pop news that we got earlier this week?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it was a good week, actually. It was a good week for Star Wars.
All right, let's jump into it.
No need to report that to him until we have something to report.
So this is one of the pieces that we got for the Target Con that is this year, and it is this Pop and Tea pack with Princess Leia, and it looks like it's going to be the same kind of form as the retro ones that we've gotten, the past 8 of them. And I mean, I really like it, but I wish it was just a different pose.
I can see that, because it's the redo of the Celebration one from like a year or so ago.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. It's probably one of the better retro ones, like with the paint application, because some of the other ones, like the Obi-Wan, for example, they did it in like a purple, which matched the comic book cover, but it didn't really do it for me.
One of my favorite ones from that. I love that one.
Yeah.
Like I'll probably end up getting this. I think it comes out tomorrow. It releases, so if I swing by tomorrow, I might actually do that. If it's there, I'll pick it up. It up.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on it, Sean? Do you have all the other retro series?
So it's so funny. I just said I had all these Star Wars pops. I actually got rid of that line just because I wasn't in love with it. But I'm definitely getting this one for the shirt. I don't need the pop. The only reason, it was kind of exactly what Lex just said. I didn't really like the line because they're all based on molds that have already been used.
Yeah.
So that's like one of my pet peeves, like as a collector. Like the variant has to be really good. Whether it's like flocked, blacklight, glow, metallic, it has to be a really good mold for me to have multiples of that in the collection.
I see that. Yeah. See that.
So how do you feel about the chrome ones then?
Yeah. I think I got rid of most of my chrome ones. I even got rid of the blue chrome celebration ones.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
I had the whole set. I think I kept the Boba Fett, but I don't know. I just felt like it was so exciting like years ago when they came out, and like I of course like I was like, oh, I have to get all these, but I just feel like there's so many other, like there's common pops in my opinion that have better detail than those that are just, you know, the same exact mold, just dipped in one color. And, you know, they slapped a piece count on there, which was, hey, I'll take a limited piece pop any day of the week. But I think once you get to a certain point, and, you know, you guys have all been collecting for a while. There's a lot of people here in the chat who have also been collecting for a while. Like, you start to get more particular about the ones that you want to keep long term, you know. And sometimes you just buy stuff just because of the hype. Like tomorrow, if I see this on the shelf, I'm definitely buying it, you know.
Yeah, the chrome ones are one of my most hated ones. I think they're pretty lazy, where they just dipped it in chrome and it's all the same poses from before. So, yeah.
Now, John, what do you think of the knowing? Okay, hearing what you said about, and I agree, when they do a different variant and it's got to be completely different. What do you think of like a Hall H? Because I think the original 467 Ahsoka pop had so much more detail and looked so cool. To make the blue Hall H so ridiculous in the limitation and really coloring. What's your thoughts?
So the original Mandalorian Ahsoka, yeah, great pop, that common and everything, super cheap. You could probably get it for like $12-$14. I think that Hall H Ahsoka is super dumb. There's a lot of people who disagree. And I'm okay with that. And the reason is, so we were lucky enough to go to New York Comic Con last year, and they gave away several of those Hall H Ahsokas during the con. You know, they were literally like Mike Becker is either throwing them or, you know, giving them to fans randomly, which is great. You know, it's great to see a company, you know, operate the way that Funko does and interacting with their fans like that. However, the pedestal that pop has been put on because it has such a high value, I have some issues with it too, because like most of the time Star Wars fans are not even getting their hands on that pop because it's just being given away to some random stranger. And even if they are a Star Wars fan, they're not going to keep it. Like you can sell that thing still for like $2,000-$3,000.
Yeah.
But there's really no creativity behind that pop. All they did was just make it blue, slap a piece count on it, and call it a day. So, and those pops, what's sad though, too, is those pops will change hands so many times, you know, over the next few years. So I think it'll be a while before it comes down to a value where a majority of actual Star Wars collectors get it. Yeah. And then by that time, like how many of them are still going to be mint, you know, because they get damaged in the mail and everything. It'll always hold a high value just because you can't buy it. You know,
it's like the legend behind it almost, right?
Yeah. And now I would feel completely different about it if it was a different version of Ahsoka from maybe somewhere else in her, like, okay, like perfect example. We saw a young Ahsoka in Tales of the Jedi, and we even saw young Ahsoka flashbacks, you know, during the Ahsoka series. If it was a young Ahsoka in a different mold and still all blue, that would be like high up on my wish list because it's different, because it would be something different.
Yeah, we didn't get any like young baby Ahsoka, anything like that. Like, I was very disappointed with that. That was a missed opportunity. The whole not doing Tales of the Jedi as pops was a missed opportunity.
And that's why I'm kind of scared. Speaking of Bad Batch, I don't know if we're going to get any season 3 pops. We are fortunate. We have a couple sources who give us, you know, some heads up on, hey, this stuff is coming out. This stuff is coming out. I have not gotten one email, one message. No, I've got no leaks on Bad Batch pops for season 3. So
yeah, it definitely scares me because we got some for season 1. We didn't get anything for season 2. And now we're getting characters like Asajj, which we've never gotten an Asajj pop. So I think it would be awesome to finally have that opportunity to get her. But I just don't know if Funko is really going to do it because they didn't do anything for season 2.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, all those season 2 Bad Batch pops, right? That we all missed out on.
But maybe they didn't, knowing that there's only going to, you know, maybe they got word they're only going to have a 3rd season and they can't keep milking the same cow. So maybe they just felt like, all right, we won't do a season 2, but we'll hit a season 3 because it's the end, and there'll be some nostalgia and some want to purchase being the last series. So maybe that's what I'm hoping.
That's a great
doing marketing for Funko. I'm thinking like these are all positive spins to get a whole revenue line out there. But I don't know. I hope they do. It would be sad if they missed out.
Totally.
Yeah. I'll be Pop said Hall H. Ahsoka is low on my list for the remaining Star Wars grails. I'd rather have a few blue box pops more than her. Yeah.
Totally.
And I agree with John. I don't like the lazy pops where they just repaint them. Like even the Valentine's Day pops where they just paint them all one color. It's pretty lazy as well. So
you could actually make an argument that the Valentine's Day pops are actually more creative.
Than the.
It was actually it was my wife. She actually took them out of the box. We just got in most of the set in a collection the other day, and they actually have the cute little phrases like on the base of the pop. Like I had dismissed the pops so hard, like I never even like took them out of box or anything, and then she showed me that, and I was like, all right, that's kind of cute. Like I get it. I get why people like them. So
yeah, I get it.
Oh, Alex, man, I am right there with you. How they haven't made an Imperial Commander Cody. Oh,
yeah.
Literally.
But then again, a character that seems big to us, it's not on Funko's radar, and if you look at the grand scheme of things, Cody was in season 2 for what, like an episode and a half?
Yeah.
He showed up, he did the mission with Crosshair, and then he went missing, So.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
yeah.
In regards to Reddits, there's a few subs that I follow. I don't think any of them are like particularly for upcoming Funko like leaks, but there is one where people kind of post like they'll like repost like disc trackers, images and stuff. So I mean, it's cool that way, but there's no like, oh, this is in the works, like secret source kind of thing. People are kind of just posting it as it comes through, essentially.
Yeah.
And stuff
Mikey
is also
fashionably late. Hello there. Hey, Mikey.
What's up, Mikey? There's also a lot of stuff that's put out there that ends up being incorrect. Like there was a whole like mid last year, there was all these like leakers, and we were getting emails and messages left and right. People were like, "There's Clone Wars sodas coming, Captain Rex and Darth Maul and Ahsoka."
Oh yeah,
those never came to fruition. So I think there's a lot of people out there who just put out misinformation because it gets likes and comments and helps their page get follows and stuff, which, hey, if it works for you, it works for you. But I also think you lose your credibility pretty quickly when you say something is coming and then it never does,
Yeah, because eventually you kind of like, lose faith. I've been hoping for a Boba riding a Rancor,
Yeah.
So many people like okay, what happened to that? Like, come on. That's a letdown. We're waiting for maybe it's a big con exclusive. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Hey, Norway.
And no offense to like, because I know you pointed out who was it? Gustavo was a Funko.
Mm-hmm.
Does some of the concepts. Like, there's a lot of awesome artists who do like concepts for Funko Pops and Funko sodas, and a lot of them look like I've sent concepts to Patrick and Lex, and they both thought like, wow, these are real pops coming. They look so real, right? So
that's
some of those get
legit.
I think it's
Chase Chaser does those, and he fools a lot of people. People will actually post in our group chats. They're like, oh my god, like it just happened the other day. Somebody posted one of his posts, and they were like, I can't believe this is coming. This is so exciting. And I was like,
oh no, you gotta break it. I've been one of those like, oh, this is dope, and no, it's the concept. I was like, oh my gosh,
yeah.
They're so good, but they pick these great characters that we all like and love. So I'm always surprised when they don't do that.
I think they're still, I think with Star Wars especially, like Funko has to thread a few needles, and I think they've done it brilliantly with still being able to make great products, even though they've had to make them all bobbleheads and all with the stands. Same thing with the sodas. The fact that they pulled off the sodas and still kept them as bobbleheads with the stands as intricate figures that are sturdy, they don't come apart or anything. Like, great job, kudos to them on that. but they also have to work within the confines of Lucasfilm and Disney. That they can't put out anything that's going to spoil a show, and I think that's kind of what's happened over the last few years. Like, I think, and that's what's kind of frustrating with me as a collector, because I want to see them put out stuff leading up to a show, as opposed to, I don't think they're given any information about the upcoming shows or movies. So that's why you see these waves of stuff coming like 6 months to a year after the show or movie has already happened.
Yeah, typically things are shot months to a year out, typically. So there is a planned process to that. So I get that. So, and you might just get backdrops sent, but you have no context to it either. There's things like that. This next topic, Chris, that you got up on the screen. It's happening.
Yeah.
It's happening.
And you know what? So I will not reveal our source, but just because I'll get in trouble. But we were actually told these were coming a year ago. So I think we were supposed to get these apparently in April of 2023. So I think whatever is going on with this drop has been not controversial, but I think somebody at Disney or like something's going on to where somebody told Funko, like, nope, you cannot release these yet. But hey, now we're finally getting them.
Yeah, but what are your thoughts on the NFT digital pops rather than actual physical in hand pops?
So the community is definitely split. I think it's good because it gives us all more limited pieces, which is what people want. It's what collectors want. I still think there's some issues, unfortunately, like you could spend hundreds of dollars opening these packs, and if you don't get any of the right redeemable cards, you're not going to get anything for your money. And that's definitely a bummer. But overall, I do think it's good. I think that Funko, the two biggest things I would like them to do with the NFTs is ship them out sooner. I think, having people having to wait like 6 months to a year, and they with some drops, they have gotten better. They are shipping out like 4 to 5 months out instead of like a year out. The other thing that I really wish they would do, and there's still time they could do this, is have the sticker on the box actually reflect the number of pops that were redeemed, instead of just saying like, hey, there's 2,600 of this Darth Vader NFT pop. Like, no, there's actually 2,326 that were redeemed. Like, make it a weird sticker. It makes it more accurate.
Yeah.
Cool. That is cool. Yeah, I don't know about this because I feel like how many, like, because I guess maybe I'm not too familiar with the NFT, but from what I gather, you would purchase a pack of cards, say $10, and you get X amount of cards. You hope to get so not every card is going to be redeemable. Do you have to collect so many in a category to then be able to redeem? Like, how does that work? I know like there's the rares, there's the epic rare, and so how does it work? Is it, I have no idea.
So if you get certain cards, it's like you got the redeemable epic, or I get the words all mixed up all the time. But there is a legendary pop. I think they're all called legendaries, but like the Grail, if you want to get the Grail, you do have to collect all the cards in this set to, and there's somebody in the chat who does NFTs, can correct me because I get the terms confused all the time. But yeah, if you pull certain cards, that's a redeemable, like boom, it's instant when the time comes to redeem them. All you got to do is like there's like a digital coin you're given and everything. But for the Grail of the series, it's usually the most limited one, and for most of the series, that's usually the Freddy. You do have to collect a certain amount of cards. The royalty, yeah, exactly.
Okay,
thank you, Mikey.
Interesting.
Now, do you buy it with you buy it with just regular currency, or do you have to buy like a crypto?
No, that's another challenge. You have to buy it with the wax or whatever the digital currency is. So you basically have to buy the digital currency and then use the digital currency to buy the packs. So it's frustrating for a lot of people. Like actually, So the reason I can't actually buy packs because you have to verify your address with your driver's license and all kinds of stuff to set up an account. So I actually pay somebody like to get packs for us, and then they let us know like which pops we got and everything. That's just because with us being military, our address situation is an absolute nightmare. But I know there's some people that get frustrated, and that's why the community split, because some people want to just be able to go in and buy the pop. They don't want to do the packs thing. So that's why I actually recommend to everybody, and including the people in here and everything, if you're excited about this release in particular, wait until the physical pops hit the aftermarket, because 9 times out of 10, if you look at any NFT series, the pops come down in value pretty significantly. Now they might go back up over time because they are limited pieces, but when they first, that's why all these people like race as soon as they like come out in hand, they pretty much race to sell them as fast as they can. Like they'll put them on Macari the day they get them in the mail, or they'll go live on Whatnot that night, because that's when they're going to be able to get the most money. It's like when the pops come out for New York Comic Con and people go live like that night and sell the hottest exclusives.
Gotcha.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah,
but if you wait, patience pays off. It really does with the NFTs.
Yeah, because I'm on the same page as Patrick. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna shell out all that money just for a chance at getting a physical pop. So I might do the waiting, play the long game.
Yeah, and I think like Chaser made a great point. He said, "I hope these NFTs just aren't the same 5 Star Wars characters that they always make." I think that if they go original trilogy, which is usually safe for Funko, and like look at any company, if you do your standard like Luke, Leia, Darth Vader, Chewbacca, C-3PO, R2-D2, which if they do, I will be disappointed, and I think these packs won't sell out. Now if they do them Mandalorian, they might sell out if they're like really unique and different from anything they've created so far. I think their key ticket though is if they go prequel or Clone Wars era, I think they'll, and especially if they throw in a couple characters that are like haven't been ever done before, then they'll definitely sell out.
I wonder if this will be like their opportunity to kind of push out some more Phantom Menace pops, with it being the 25th anniversary.
Could be. Yeah, could be.
My hope. I won't get my hope.
I'll be Pops was saying you put a bunch of Jedi characters doing waves and stuff, right? Series 1, all the Jedi, Series 2 Sith, Jedi 3, or Series 3 Clone Troopers and stuff.
Yeah, I mean that would be absolutely legendary. I mean, if they would plan them out, but I don't know. I'm curious. Oh, what's up, Josh? I'm curious, like if they commit to multiple series of NFTs, like because we've seen a couple DC series, we've seen a couple of the Freddy Halloween ones. Like, I don't know if they just test the waters, and because some NFT series have not done well. Like Bob Ross was like the first flop. There's several others where they burned a lot of packs. So I'm curious to see like if this doesn't do well and they end up burning a lot of packs, and basically they burn packs that don't sell. So after several hours, they burn them. And then that's it. And that's where you have like only a smaller number of available to be redeemed, because they burned X amount of packs with X amount of redeemables in those burned packs. So I don't know. I can guarantee you, I mean, they're a business. So if this doesn't do well, I don't think we'll see series 2, even though it's Star Wars.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean. Sean says, "Hey guys."
What's up, Sean?
And then I guess the last really important news that we got this week is something I'm very, very excited about. It's going to be this Toy Temple exclusive Ezra Bridger from the Rebels line.
Yeah. What are you guys' thoughts on this one?
Already pre-ordered it.
Yeah.
There you go.
I jumped on this sucker.
Yeah, I pre-ordered it, but I do understand the two sides to it, which I talked about in my video that I kind of put out about it. Because as someone who has completed the Rebels line, the OG, like 2016 line, and put the money and the time and effort into getting these, to have that completed set, for them to now start releasing them for much cheaper. Like I think the 2016 Ezra right now is going for $65.95 possibly. So it's a cheaper alternative for people who aren't able or weren't able to get the OG pops or, purchase them now at that high price point. So it is a good alternative, but I'm never going to complain about getting more Rebels pops. I love Rebels. It's my favorite show aside from Clone Wars. So I think it's awesome that we're getting new pops for the 10th anniversary, but I do understand the two sides of the controversy on it.
Yeah, I get you on that, Lex, 100%. For me, I'm just like, this is that most epic moment of the finale. And this is, when I saw this, is like, this is why I think Ezra wins my heart, from that whole story. When you see this moment and see it in a Funko Pop, like, it just looks dope.
Yeah.
I don't even care about the stupid sticker. If I even get one of those, I just want this pop. It's that good.
Yeah.
I think it is interesting how they're doing the sticker.
Yeah,
we'll see.
With the limited 5,000 piece on top of the other one. Yeah. See, I haven't pre-ordered this one yet, so I'm going to Vegas like tomorrow, so I'm there for a week. So I'm gonna come back and order it off of Aussie Collectibles, because as you guys know, I take mine out of the box, so I don't really care for the sticker anyways. But the pose is awesome. Like, this is a great pose. Yeah. I'm excited to see what's on the back, because it is a 10th year anniversary for Star Wars Rebels, so hopefully we get some more.
That's what I was saying. I was hoping that
you'd
see some hints or something on the back.
Yeah, sometimes Funko pays attention to the anniversaries. Sometimes they don't. It would be really cool. But since there was no 10th anniversary stamp or logo on the Sabine, I would be surprised if it was on Ezra. But yeah, this pop looks fantastic. And everything you said in your video, Lex, was great. About it, being an affordable option for newer collectors, that's always good. That's going to draw more people into the community. And sometimes you'll actually see the older versions of the pops go up, because now you have all these people who get into Rebels a little bit more and they go, oh my God, there was an original wave. Now I'm going to go back and try to get the original Ezra. And like, that's like a grail piece, a mission piece for them. The only issue I have with this is the whole sticker debacle. I do not like what Toy Temple did. I pre-ordered the pop, of course, because I think the pop is fantastic, but I just foresee a lot of issues on the secondary market with people trying to deceive collectors and customers on saying that this is a 5,000 piece pop when it's not. And a lot of people were comparing this to like the Hot Topic pre-release pops that we've gotten over the years.
Oh yeah.
Those don't have, for the most part, they didn't have piece counts. It was just a different color sticker. Like, it was like the red Hot Topic sticker instead of the yellow. I think that they should have just advertised this like as is. Like, we are getting a Toy Temple Ezra Bridger from the Rebels line. Like, they should have just thrown out that 5,000 piece thing in its entirety, unless they were only going to make 5,000 piece of this pop. Because it's funny, Alex said he pre-ordered it, but he might have missed the 5,000 LE sticker for it. I don't think you did, because we looked yesterday and it was still available within the first 5,000. So I think by them putting out this whole like misconception about the 5,000, I think they actually shot themselves in the foot. And because there's no urgency, like if it wasn't actually limited to 5,000 pieces for the pop, like what you said, like, you're going to Vegas, you're going to come back and you're going to buy it, like that right there. Like, would you be saying the same thing if this pop was in fact limited to 5,000 pieces? Like, no, this would have been sold out already if it was only 5,000 pieces, period. You know?
Yeah. I think just the first 5,000 get that extra sticker on top. And it's like, is it really worth it to, like, I don't know. I guess to some people it is.
I'm a sticker guy. Like, I'm the biggest sticker guy. Like, I have gone out over the years and I will purposely try to go after con stickers and like, underground toys stickers and certain variants that are rarer than others. But with this isn't like a rarity thing. This is just a company trying to be deceitful to get more sales. And I'm kind of happy that it backfired.
Yeah. Yeah, like Service said.
I didn't even hear of Toy Temple until this release. So I was like,
most Star Wars people didn't, because they get a lot of anime exclusives.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So the Service said, I think they're trying to do like Chalice with the pre-orders, with the pre-sticker release to help drive more pre-orders. Yeah. So,
probably,
I guess it backfired, right? So, Rainbow Void said, "Hey Christopher, are you still doing Monkey Lizard Hangout tomorrow on Monday as scheduled?" Yeah, I will be. So I'll be in Vegas, but I'll be going on Salacious Rum's live stream on Monday, so I will be chatting it up with him. So
Cool.
That'll be fun. We're all sending our Canadians to Aussies for this one with the SE sticker. Yeah, there we go. See?
Yeah.
Nice.
Love my stickers. Yeah.
I do like a good sticker.
Yeah. I'm an out of box guy, so I don't really. Right.
My sticker ones I keep in the box. My non-sticker ones I take them out and display them. But I appreciate a good sticker, but I didn't really understand the aspect of this first to market 5,000. If you're seeing this, then you still are, within the range. And I was like, because I was asking that, I was like, how do I know if I'm in the first 5,000? Like that. And then I was reading, it was like, how do I know if my order is? And if you're reading this, and I was like, this is like weird. I don't know. So
yeah, when you went to check out, there was like a little number counter, and it was like, 3,700 left or 2,300 left or whatever. So it might still be up for still within the first 5,000. So
yeah, very cool. But let's jump into our main topic then. Talk about some Bad Batch pops. We did get some for season 1, and I'd like to joke about, we got those exclusives for season 2 that were so so well sought after that nobody got them. So, but let's jump into our main discussion here.
I speak.
The ability to speak does not make you intelligent.
Yeah. So, Bad Batch Funko Pops. We did get, like I said, we did get season 1. We got this guy. What Clone Wars season 7?
Funko Pop? I think this came from the Clone Wars when they introduced the Bad Batch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So, John, did you get all the Bad Batch pops?
I think I have all of them. Yeah, I think I have all of them except for the Amazon ones where it had like the little pins.
Oh, the pin? Yeah. Those are the only 2 I didn't get either. So
yeah.
How about you, Lex? Did you get all the Bad Batch ones or?
So this sounds like so terrible because I love Bad Batch, but I actually don't have any of the Bad Batch pops.
Oh.
I feel like I just shot myself in the foot there, but I don't know what it is. I feel like the only ones that I've really seen is that like 5-pack, and for a while it was going for like a lot of money at GameStop, and I just like couldn't bring myself to do it. And then I saw that it went on sale, so I went to go pick it up, and there was none left. And since then, I just haven't really gone to like try to get them. But it's crazy to say because I love Bad Batch, so it's so like weird that I don't have any.
I'd get Omega. Omega's going up.
Okay, good to know. Good to know.
That was like the Target exclusive, I think, right?
Yeah, and it's not even like the best version of her, but it's the only version that Funko has
made. Yeah, I would have liked season 2.
Yeah, it's already going for like $35-$40, and I'm sure by the end of season 3 it'll probably be a $50-$60 pop. So
wow,
interesting.
That's crazy.
I can't believe you don't have that 5-pack because they had it online too. You could have picked it up for like $20, and then like if you had like rewards points or something, you could have got it for cheaper too.
The pro membership. Yeah, I feel like that was towards like the beginning of when I was getting into collecting or like seriously trying to collect, and I don't know what I was thinking, but maybe I'll just have to check your Whatnot stream and see if you've got any popping up.
we only sell Star Wars pops once a year, which is crazy.
Oh, on May 4th.
On May 4th, and we have quite a few Bad Batch squirreled away.
Your May 4th stream is beyond epic.
Thank you. Yeah,
so that's what I heard. Also, the $80 Canadian to buy from Temple and ship to Canada. I heard that too. So that's another reason why I haven't. Yeah,
really, the shipping's that cost?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
just move to the
I've
States.
got all of them. Love them all. Yeah, you know what? If I would even take living closer to the border, so I could just cross over and go to some of the stores and come back up. But I'll probably be doing some shopping while I'm in Vegas.
Which part of Canada are you in?
I'm in Alberta, so I'm just above Montana.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, but I'm like central Alberta, so it's like a good 7-8 hour drive down to the border, then another 7-8 hour drive back. So, but yeah, bought them all. No worries, please. I passed 2 on them long ago. Didn't get the Amazon Hunter when it came out. Yeah, so that the Amazon Hunter, the Amazon ones were just like more scuffed up ones, which we'll see. So this was the first one out of the Bad Batch wave. So we had Wrecker. What do you think of the poses on these ones, John? Like, are these because this is kind of a almost like in that transition time where they kind of got out of that hero pose.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think it's great. I love the updated box style too. That's something that I look for when they're introducing new lines and stuff. I mean, slightly different pose, not like crazy distinguishable from the Clone Wars one, unless you're like a hardcore fan. But I think it's fine. I think it serves the purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, I have both. I think I like the pose, only because he's got his blaster a little bit, more than the previous one is really the only thing. But
yeah, I mean, I like any clone trooper that we get because like I feel like we don't have enough clones. No. Even though like this year we've been getting a lot.
That gaming grades. Thank goodness for the GameStop gaming grades because we got introduced to a lot of variations.
Yeah.
This past year, so keep it coming.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so next we got
I like this crosshair one though.
Yeah.
Like I would have liked to see him with his rifle up, like doing his thing, sniping.
I just wonder how they would have boxed that though. Like you would have had to have like an odd shaped box to if he did have the
like they did Pong Krell. But when you look at Pong Krell, he's got his backhand holding a double-bladed lightsaber in the front. So the plastic inside is kind of shaped like that to kind of expand out. So keep them in there. They could do something like that, like this. Yeah. And I noticed that looking at the lightsabers and the stems on the Mandalorians is getting so much better. It's like it's a lot more rigid now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because even when I got that retro reimagined, but as soon as I put them on the box, Boba Fett was like bent over. And some of the older ones, all older Mandalorian styles of that. So it's something even in the resin, not just we've been commenting recently on the sculpting, but I've just noticed, in the detailing, I've noticed the lightsabers and those little intricacies of the little pieces that are sticking out are a lot more rigid now. So kind of cool.
Yeah. Sean said he got his 5-pack signed by D there. So that's awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's a good idea.
That was smart.
I would love to see, I know it probably wouldn't matter to most people, but I would love to see like an Imperial, like all blacked out version of Crosshair.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
That would be awesome.
And I kind of, I mean, he's one of the characters, like, I'm like so split and trying to figure out if he's going to make it or not, just because he's been through so much. And you could argue that he's been through like the most now with, staying behind and working for the Empire and everything, but then being like treated like crap by all the higher Imperial officers, as well as like his fellow like clone brothers, like turning their back on him too. And now he's being experimented on and everything. So like,
I think he's going to redeem himself. I think he's going to, after everything he's been through, he's going to realize unfortunately Monday quarterback, everything was true. Everything they were talking about, it's and worse. So I think he will try to redeem himself, and he'll probably sacrifice himself in one way for either. And I don't actually think it's going to be for Omega. I think we'll get like a sacrifice from either Wrecker or Hunter for Omega. But I think Crosshair will sacrifice himself for Hunter and the team. That's how he'll redeem himself. That's my theory.
Yeah, I could see that.
And I think it'll be more meaningful if they do it that way too.
Yeah. He also has incredible like skills and stuff, and I would just love to see his character live on and everything. But we'll see.
Yeah, we will. Yeah. But I like this one. I got it. I did not get this one.
Yeah,
like, most of you guys are
this
saying
is the one I didn't get either.
I mean, I didn't care for the little bit of scuffing in the pin.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. That's exactly why we passed on these. They didn't do. I'm pretty sure they didn't do all 5 of the Amazon.
No,
they just did the 2.
Yeah, which was weird. Like that. I think that was more of a moment for me where I was like, if they're not going to do all 5, like I'm not going to get them because it's so inconsistent. Like, and I know they put like Camino on the box, and you get the little pin. I do appreciate that they put the little Amazon sticker like slightly towards the center of the box, and it's smaller. It's not covering up the pin. But yeah, it's not different enough to warrant having this one.
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
I had to get this guy.
Yeah, I had to get Tech. Yeah, I think Tech has No, Tech is my second favorite design for the Bad Batch helmets, I think.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite helmets. I love his helmet.
Yeah.
Probably because I have to wear glasses so often that I'm kind of growing to love him so much more. You know, especially for someone that takes pictures. So I'm like, I kind of like that, Tech.
I can relate. I can relate to the goggles. There, right?
I can relate to goggles.
Yeah. So the next Hunter. So yeah, this was the other one that they did the Amazon exclusive for. So that's the original there. And yeah, like John was saying, the boxes, like the color scheme on the box are red. They nailed it with the packaging on this one, this wave. And that's the scuffed up one. Like I do kind of almost like the scuffed up one more, but
a little better with the wet.
Yeah,
but it's like wasn't enough for me to go out and get it. Yeah, you know what I mean.
It is like John said. Like if they did the whole 5 like that, maybe I would have done the Amazon exclusives over the originals.
Yeah,
because they're all the same pose.
Yeah,
and then
that's the only reason I didn't double up.
Yeah, Echo.
I like this one a lot.
This one, yeah, Lex, this is cool. This one's really cool.
I feel like Echo is such a slept-on character, so I really I just like his pop, and I would, as John kind of mentioned earlier, I would love to see because he goes off with Rex to kind of do those side missions and stuff. So I feel like it'd be really cool because I love Rex and I love Echo, so I feel like it'd be really cool to kind of have those side stories made into something. But I think this is a phenomenal pop.
Yeah, even if it's just them going around and rescuing other clones or further inciting the clone rebellion, I don't know, there's got to be something there.
Yeah, I agree.
Crosshair is my favorite Bad Batch member. I'm hoping for a helmetless version this time around.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean we did get the helmetless Crosshair in the 5-pack as well. So
we did, but I mean, JKL, that would be super cool if they did it in his blacked out armor, but with him holding the helmet.
Holding the helmet.
Yeah, holding
the helmet.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. So yeah, this is the Omega one. There's nothing spectacular about it, but yeah, like John said, it's the only Omega pop we've gotten. So,
Omega.
Yeah, Omega. Yeah.
It's so funny.
I would have really liked her with the little ball cap and the
crossbow. Yeah.
That was so cool. And that's why I'm hoping that if they didn't release that season 2 wave that we all dreamt of, that they'd have to capitalize on this. And I'm hoping it's kind of like Ahsoka, where just as Ahsoka's kind of wrapping it up, they start releasing them. So it was still, because you still had the hype. I can't stand with the Kenobi and some of these other Mandalorians, it's months after the show or almost a year after the show, and it loses the hype and the excitement,
Yeah. So then we got Cad Bane and Toto, and out of the 3 Cad Banes, because we've got what, 3 now? Yeah, we got the Clone Wars one, and then we got the Book of Boba one. I think this one's, I don't know, it's not one of my favorite ones, but it's still cool because we got Toto 360 with him, right?
It's for me. It's awesome because you get the droid. The hat is a little weird.
I prefer the big rim on the hat from the Clone Wars over this hat, but
yeah, this is his.
I mean, I get it. But lots of detail on this one, in the rest of his outfit and stuff.
Yeah, otherwise he's great. I just don't like the hat.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely prefer the black and yellow box one from the Clone Wars. I think that's by far my favorite Cad Bane. But I really just like the Toto on this one. I feel like that's such a cool little unique piece because I feel like you barely see that with Star Wars, where there's 2 on one platform or on one stand. So I feel like that would have been cool to have. But other than that, I really like the Clone Wars one better.
Yeah. I think that is the selling point on this because the only other one I think I have like that is
Cal Kestis, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think so. I think so too.
I think it's the only one I have with a little droid attached to him.
Yeah.
I was really hoping for a Grief Karga with those droids pulling his robe from the back from season 3. Yeah. And then we got that 5-pack, so that's the last of the Bad Batch pops we ever got. So yeah, we didn't get any Clone Wars, or not Clone Wars, Bad Batch season 2 pops. There were a lot of characters that we could have gotten because we got the I can't remember her name now, drawing a blank. The lady who replaced Sid as their kind of like handler and helping them do jobs and stuff.
Wanda Sykes' character, yeah,
yeah. Like we didn't get her. We didn't get any updated Clone Force 99. We didn't get any updated Omega with the bow and the helmet and stuff, which would have been cool. So
I can't remember her name at the moment, but I was really hoping for our first Kaminoan pop with the the main scientist that they captured, and that was Omega's like guardian or parental figure, you could say. I forget her name's escaping me at the moment.
I think it's Lamasu or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. It looks like she's gonna have a pretty good presence in season 3, so we'll see her again.
Yeah,
but we've never gotten a Kaminoan Funko Pop. Like
no. I hope we get one. That'd be cool.
And if we can get these like anime characters with like super long hair, there's no reason why we couldn't get a Star Wars character with a super long neck.
Yeah, that's it.
And I hope that if they do something like if they do have helmets off, that like they're either holding it or even foot resting on it, like stepping on top of the helmet or something. I think that would be really a cool thing, especially with the Bad Batch, because I think one of the things we love about them most are their helmets are each unique. And each of them are unique in their own too. So even seeing without the helmets, like you've got the tattoos, you've got the foggy eye. So I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's unique.
This is my favorite set, and like if you only had room on your shelf for a few Star Wars pops, like this 5-pack is beautiful. So.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on the ones that we did get from season 1, and then why don't you think that we got any from season 2? There, John.
I think unfortunately, even though this show seems like it's a big deal to us, I just don't think it hits on Funko's radar sometimes. And if they're anything like Hasbro or Mattel or Lego, like they have a certain budget every year allocated to Star Wars stuff. So in Funko's case, pops, sodas, whatever. And I think that they just kind of have to determine which projects are going to sell the best, so they always have, like, look, we have this Leia bundle coming out for TargetCon. Like there's always original trilogy stuff coming out, even though you could argue like original trilogy stuff is not really relevant anymore. There's no like, movies or anything. And then on top of that, we're getting all these Disney Plus shows. We just got, Boba Fett, Kenobi, Mandalorian, and Ahsoka. And I think the live action shows just always will draw in way more viewers, and viewers equals customers, which equals money and revenue for the company.
Yeah.
Somebody at Funko, it might have crossed somebody's desk, and then they were just like, we're going to miss this one. Sorry.
I wonder if maybe when we didn't have the Visions do so well as a Funko line.
Oh, yeah. Visions are like deep clearance. And I'll admit, I didn't see Visions. It wasn't. I just didn't have time.
I did get the Vision ones. I thought that series is pretty unique and cool. But I feel that like a lot of people probably didn't really care and watch Visions, so they didn't go out in droves to get the pops. But I think Ronin was my absolute favorite of all. So I had to own both of those. The one with the T-shirt plus the standalone with the droid. So
yeah. So Jake saying, the Kaminoan was Nalase.
Yeah, Nalase. Right. Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean,
so go ahead, Lex.
I was just to John's point. I think we are like hardcore Star Wars fans.
Yeah.
We'll watch it whether it's live action or animated. However, like even originally, I wasn't into the animated stuff, and one day I was like, you know what? Let me just check it out and see, and I really liked it. But I think for this, there's people that are kind of just like commonplace Star Wars goers that don't watch the animated stuff. And, I think there's a smaller fraction of people that do watch it, which is why it doesn't get, I think, Funko's attention as much as the live action stuff. Like if you were to put Ahsoka viewers up to probably the Bad Batch season 3 now, it's probably not even going to be close.
No, you're probably, yeah.
So I think John made an excellent point, with that just not being high on Funko's radar, just because it's not high on a lot of Star Wars fans' radars either.
Yeah. Now, do you guys think that we'll get a maybe like a small wave of like maybe 5 characters from the 3rd season of the Bad Batch, considering it's like the final season. And out of all the stuff we're getting this year, it's probably the most known one, I guess, because nobody knows anything about the Acolyte right now. I don't think anyone really knows much about the what's the other one? Skeleton Crew. So do you think we could get maybe a small wave of Bad Batch pops this year?
I'm hoping. I think if they looked at numbers from just other companies selling, whether it's collectibles, swag with Bad Batch, they can see that there's a revenue stream there to capitalize on. So I'm hoping that they do jump on that. And I think when it comes to the Acolyte and the Skeleton Crew, I really think it's going to take. It'll be delayed. I don't think we're going to get like an immediate release unless there's a lot of hype and it's really everyone's like really speaking of it in the first few episodes. Because if it's kind of like a sleeper, like Andor, you might not get much.
Yeah.
Andor only had 3 pops for that, and it's coming out with another season. So
I think I think with the lack of other big blockbuster Disney Plus shows like taking the spotlight, I think we have a chance. I think if this was last year, we were getting season 3 right before we were getting like Mando season 3 and Ahsoka season, well, like no shot. But I think we have a good chance. Ventress, oh man, I would love to see her as a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. I think that would be beautiful to finally get her. I don't know. We'll see. You never know with Funko. Like we've been collecting for 10 years, and just when you think you figured them out, they do something different. So hopefully, I don't know. Either way, it could be good. Either way, if they give us like, let's say they give us a super small wave and it's just like 5 pops, hopefully not the main characters of the team because we've already gotten them a few times. But if they give us like 5 different characters, that would be great. If they give us a massive wave like the Ahsoka wave, and they redo the core characters again, that could be okay too. But they could also give us nothing. So my expectations are 0. So if we get anything, I'm happy.
Yeah. I'm the same. Yeah, and Tony, I agree with you, the Asajj Ventress, but it seems like you're already done with Funko. You've been buying them on clearance at Ross and stuff, so you don't even buy them full price anymore. JKL said, I believe we'll get another set of Bad Batch pops. Yeah, I hope so. I hope so.
Very hopeful.
Yeah.
My fingers are crossed, but I'm going in with low expectations.
Yeah, I kind of feel like the Ahsoka wave was kind of like a turning point at Funko, where they were kind of, because they were in the middle of like some restructuring there for a little while. So I feel like they're getting back into trying to release stuff when it matters. So hopefully we'll get like, even if they are just like an exclusive for a con or something, just like a couple exclusives that are Bad Batch related would be cool. Do you think we'll get any more sodas this year
for Star Wars?
We'll get Star Wars sodas.
For Star Wars,
sure.
I would. I would be shocked if we didn't. I mean, they're definitely cutting back on sodas in general, which I think is kind of fantastic. Just because the ones that they do release will be more hyped. I mean, we got Tales from the Sonic universe, and everybody's been going nuts over that. I think we'll get 1 or 2. I don't think it'll be much, but there's still several main characters we haven't gotten, like no Chewbacca. That would be an easy. They could do the same mold for the common and then just flock it for the chase. Like that could be a really easy release. So there's other main. I mean, no R2 yet. No C3PO. Or no, we got C3PO.
Yeah, we have C3.
There's so many other characters. They've really only scratched the surface. I don't think we'll ever see another Star Wars 3-liter. Like we got the Wampa. I don't think we'll ever see another big one just because of how poorly the 3-liters sell in general compared to the smaller versions. So
yeah, makes sense.
Yeah,
but we'll see.
Wampa's the only one I think is really cool too, because at least the Wampa, you get the arm that comes off on one.
Yeah, that one's really cool. The Darth Vader chase is awesome, like the holographic. I wish that was the chase for the smaller one. It really didn't make sense that we got the larger Vader, in my opinion. But yeah, I would love to see at least one or two more. Give us a clone trooper, give us Captain Rex, give us something, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, that would be awesome. But that'll do it for this episode of the Star Wars Popcast. John, you want to just let people know where they can find you and what your channel is all about if people haven't already subscribed to you?
Yeah, if you guys haven't followed us, we're Slapshot Pops, me and my wife Joanna. Actually, credit to her, she's working really hard in the other room right now. We have a big night ahead of us. We are actually going live at 9:30 tonight on our own channel just to announce some big stuff. We're launching our own website and everything, so that's been a huge heavy lift trying to get that off the ground and everything, but we're very blessed to have a fantastic following and a great community and everything. So yeah, we primarily drop videos 3 times a week. We do a live stream on Whatnot once a week, and then we typically do a live stream here on YouTube like once every 2 weeks. And then yeah, you can find us on Instagram. I like to post little funny reels and stuff and take pictures of my pops out of box, no matter how expensive they are. And ultimately, we just like to have fun and celebrate this awesome company and the fandom that we all get to enjoy. So
awesome. Patrick, where can people find you when you're not on the Popcast here with us?
When I'm not on here with you guys talking all things Star Wars Funko, I'm on my channel Poptography on YouTube, where you can find me on Instagram and everything else at Poptography YT, where I do unboxings and I take creative images of Star Wars Funko Pops. So if you haven't checked out my site or Instagram, please do subscribe. But enough about me. Lex, when you're not on here chatting with me, where can people find you?
Well, when I'm not here with you two gentlemen and any guests that we have on, I'm on my own channel, which is Jedi Lex, and I kind of just do everything and all things Star Wars, whatever I'm kind of feeling. But we do have the Bad Batch coming out, so I am going to try to do reaction videos to the episodes for the first time, so that'll be interesting to see how that goes. But yeah, that's pretty much me. Chris, when you're not here with me and Patrick, where can people find you?
Well, when I'm not chopping it up with you guys, I am on my own channel, Seriously Star Wars, doing weekly Star Wars reviews and Star Wars Fan Battle live every Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern. And thank you, John, again for coming on. Well, I'll put John's info in the description below for everyone to check his channel out and subscribe to him if you're not already. And thank you, everyone in the chat, for watching, and we will see you in the next episode.
Bye, guys.